Good morning and happy Sunday, everybody. The day before Labor Day. I hope you're all having a great weekend. And if you have a long weekend, awesome. If you don't, I'm very sorry. This is my weekly Clearing the Bases episode where I go through all the stories that didn't rise to the level of their own video, or I just didn't have time to cover them in their own video. Uh, I usually have a kind of a cover story. Today it is Wemby Mania. Before I get to that, though, I want to show you. First of all, uh, my internet is wonky. So if I keep coming back here and looking to make sure my internet is still working and I'm still sharing, that's why. There's something weird going on with it today. I'm going to share my screen. We'll jump right in. All right. Looks like it's sharing.
It was not sharing. Unfortunately, for about 3 minutes, it didn't share my screen, but I will put photos over. I'm editing in photos to show what I was showing at that time when applicable.
So first of all, my newsletter, junkwaxhero.com, free weekly sports card newsletter, usually out on Mondays. It's going to be out on Tuesday this week because of the holiday. I don't know what my column topic is going to be yet, but here are a few things that I'm sharing in that article, along with the normal things in that newsletter. I mean, Nat Turner's top 100. New book offers insights on TTM autographs. The break of the decade yields disappointing return. That was brutal. I like that Collect covered this. I read this whole article. It's very good. They talked about how bad this $5,000 break was. $5,000 per entry, and how terrible it was and how little value came out of it. Then we have this attic find. It's not sports car. It's not even, well, I guess it's collectible. It's art, but it's Maine and it's an attic find. So I'm going to share that in there. So remember, junkwaxhero.com, free to sign up. I'm going to remind you at the end of this as well. Let's jump in. So this Wemby, one of one, Topps Chrome. This is the 2023-24 Topps Chrome basketball release that came out on, I don't know, Wednesday, maybe the 28th. I actually happened to be at my sports card shop, my LCS, that day, and he was selling the hobby boxes for $550, which he felt terrible about because that's really expensive. And I think the pre-sales of those hobby boxes were at 267, but the 550 was the cheapest you were going to find. There was nothing cheaper on eBay than 550. DA Card World and the other big retailers were selling them for 650. So it's pretty crazy. And really, the only thing that anybody wants is a Wemby card. And I'm going to show you all the ones that people hit that are public that I've seen so far. Not all of them, but a bunch of them. Here's the one of one hit by Z Collector M. Looks like they made a burner account because this is their first post. The card, I got to say, the card looks good. It looks really good. He's wearing his Spurs jersey, which is great. And they have a creative way of not needing to crop out or Photoshop the Spurs logo. So this one looks good. Now I did watch a Pac-Man break, and I would say that 50 to 70% of the other cards don't look so good. There were some where I was like, okay, that looks good, but they definitely catered to the big hits that they were going to publicize to make people say, "Oh wow, that actually looks pretty good." But this looks great. I have no complaints. This is a on-card auto. They didn't airbrush anything out. It doesn't look like nothing's noticeably airbrushed out anyway. I like the rookie card logo, so that's cool. There's one of one Wemby auto. This is allegedly worth $1 million. That's what I'm hearing anyway. And then Celebrities Card Breaks pulled this 2 of 2, numbered to 2, auto, black something refractor. I don't know what these are called. Also on card. Looks great. I think this is a really cool design. So there's that. This best hit on the best app, which Fanatics Live, in their first pack. And so this is getting a lot of people saying, well, how are they pulling these on their first pack? Was it CT scanned? Was it loaded? And that's part of the problem with the modern hobby is that there's so much suspicion out there. There's so much money involved in it, and the suspicion is rampant when they say, "I hit this in my first pack." People say, "Okay, that means it's loaded," or you see CT scanned it. And who knows? Another superfractor, Wemby, one of one. That's kind of cool. You can see they airbrushed out the logo on this one. It's not certainly not as good as the other one, of course. And I do love a good horizontal card, and it's cool. The photo's cool. Wemby Helix Superfractor. Here is number to 50, gold auto, also on. It appears to be on card. 1972 Topps basketball design. This is a great looking card. Props to Topps. Huh, I just made that up. Now, Wax Museum Podcast makes a great point. 72 Chrome autos look like they're on card for the Wemby, but the others I've seen from the same set are stickers. All this catering to the big hit chasers is going to come back to bite Topps at some point. They'll have to add some value to the rest of the set, or this isn't going to work. I think this is a good point. If you advertise Wemby 72 Topps Chrome and show that they're on card autographs and people think that they're on card, and I know I'm going to get comments, well, people should do their research first. But marketing is important. And if people are going to think that they're getting on card autographs for other players, and when they're all sticker, when all the advertisements have been Wemby on card, people are going to get upset. Here's another one. This is a different one. This is number, I want to say that says 17 or 47. Gold, the other one was 21. This is Sky B cards, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this. This card looks great. Look at how awesome that looks. Love that design. Great photo. And then he says, I've had, and I assume this is a guy, I'm sorry if it's not. I've had a lot of angry comments in my YouTube video today, mostly saying, of course, a breaker gets a big card. This hobby is rigged, or breakers get all the loaded boxes. I'm not even a breaker. I open packs for myself. That's what makes this so special, in my opinion. And I thought, oh, that's really nice. I've never heard of Sky B cards, so I just assumed that they're just a small person. Not like a small person physically, but um, but shoot, where is it? I went to their YouTube. I guess I didn't save it. I went to the YouTube. They have 78,000 subscribers, and they break a ton of product for themselves. They call themselves not a breaker, but if like Pac-Man, if he's breaking product for himself, I don't know. 78,000 subscribers is a ton of subscribers, and I think that's what people are saying. And I'm not accusing Tops of sending Sky B cards loaded boxes, but that's what people are saying is you're an influencer, dude. 78,000 subscribers, they could be sending you loaded boxes. So here's Neo Cards and Comics was showing what these prices were going up at. This was before the release. Remember, these pre-sold at 267 or 299, something under $300. Crazy. And then here are some autographs. Look, this is a base auto of Wembanyama, sold for $4,000. Base auto. Here's a redemption for a base auto, $4,000. Here's a base auto, $3,500. This one was actually first, so this was August 28th, 4,050, and this was also August 28th. Probably just a better photo on the one that went for 4,000. 3,500. Yeah, I mean these are base autographs selling for bonkers money. Coming down a little bit in price. August 29th, August 30th, it's under 3,000. August 31st, 3,001. So, and now we're into September. Crazy. And then this person, I don't know who Feeve Collects is, but he has a good point. A lot of the big influencers have pulled a Wemby auto out of 1 to 2 boxes of Topps Chrome. I'm not saying they get loaded boxes, but it is interesting to see. I like a lot of these influencers. I'm curious when the public gets their hand on it, how many are pulled. This is what people are talking about this week. And then Acme Packs. I think Wemby may have more autos in Topps Chrome than people realize. Yeah. All right. And then we have, let's move this over a little bit. I have this a little out of order. It's difficult when you have, I don't know, 70 tabs open. I'm going to go back and just make sure I'm still sharing. Good. Hopefully this is working just fine. All right, this went viral. This was a big thing. You've probably seen videos on it already. I'm just going to share a little bit. This card, this guy picked up this card, Staken Sports, picked up this card at a card show, had a $7,500 sticker on it, and he looked up, he explained it. I'll share the video here in a minute. He looked up the some comps, and he felt this was way, way undervalued or underpriced. So he paid $6,500 for it. Well, what he didn't realize is that that price sticker was covering up significant damage. And I don't know if you can see that. I wish I could zoom a little easier. There is significant, he says, like a dog chewed it in the corner and on the back, which he doesn't have pictures of here, but he shows in the video. So this went way viral. Like people were blaming the dealer, people were blaming him, and there was a huge debate over whose fault is this. Now, in my opinion, you as the buyer need to be very careful. You need to protect yourself. You need to know what you're buying. But the dealer can't be covering up damage with a price sticker and then not disclosing that damage. That's my opinion. Now he released a video. This is actually a guy I just discovered on YouTube like a week or so ago. So when I saw this brouhaha, I didn't realize it was him. And then he released this video yesterday or the day before yesterday explaining what happened. And he takes 100% of the blame for it. He doesn't believe that the dealer knew. He thinks that the dealer bought it like that and just put it back out with the same price tag on it for some reason. I don't know. It seems unusual to me. But he explains the whole thing. I'll actually share this in my newsletter as well in case people want to go and watch this. I think it was good. He's uh, taking responsibility for his stupid purchase. I like him. He seems good. So now Robert of Prestige Collectibles, Japanese baseball cards, says that this was 90% seller, 10% buyer, and I agree. I think that's just about the right percentage breakdown. As a seller, I purposely make sure nothing is hidden. However, as a buyer, you need to be alert. Perfectly said. Very concise. And then Auburn 35, who always is so good at this type of thing, found the original Twitter post from July 1st, and it had the original eBay. Now, oh yeah, so I can zoom here. You can see the damage. You can see the damage in the bottom right-hand corner there. Let's see how we do with. Yeah, it's tough to see, but you can see it there. It does look like a dog bit it, and it sold for $9,000. Now, this was listed as ungraded, excellent condition, and it went through authenticity guarantee, assuming it didn't have any loopholes in the purchase. And you have to think that this didn't make it through the authenticity guarantee, right? Just because of that problem, and it was incorrectly listed as excellent condition. I don't know that this is excellent condition, but it doesn't seem it to me. And I don't see any other. All listings should be free of major defects unless specified in the item title. You're welcome to initiate a return if there are major defects. And there are no major defects mentioned. So it's interesting. Uh, it came from Team Sports Cards. Don't know anything about them. All right, moving on from that topic. Very interesting topic, but Topps announced that the Kevin Durant, I've talked about this the last couple of weeks. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, LeBron, Topps Now card, which looks awesome, by the way. Triple autograph, 1 of 1. They are sending out any of the um, parallels in these cool looking packs. I think this is a cool. Topps has done a great job with marketing, and that's how they're going to grow the hobby with ultra modern people. And anecdotally, I'm seeing a lot of people say, "I just got into the hobby." You see it in Sports Card Nonsense Facebook group. You see it in on Twitter. Brand new people are joining the hobby. They're seeing all this fun that's happening, and they're going after these things. That's the gambling aspect of it. Let me go back and make sure I'm still sharing my screen. Okay, good. So this tops, if you receive them, we've seen a lot of people receive them already. They are in the mail or you've already received them. Very cool looking packs. Now, this person shared these eBay listings. People are trying to sell them for $25,000. And they say, wow, mind blown emoji. But I went and I looked, and there's not a single one of them that has actually sold that I was able to find. Now, a bunch of the variations have sold. The 26 SSP, which looks like a cracked ice type thing, is selling for around $1,500, 1,000 to 1,500. So yeah, if you got some of those and you could sell them immediately, now we know if you follow new releases, you sell them quickly, you're gonna make a lot of money, and then the value goes down as people start realizing how many there are. And then Ken Golden, and we've talked a lot about these bounties. These bounties have been huge out there. People are talking about the bounties between the fight between Jeff Wilson and Ken Golden, and then other smaller companies. Ken posts, I'm going to keep this really simple. If you're the one that gets that card, just email me or DM me on social media, and I'll give you the best deal imaginable. Don't make a move without talking personally with me first. Ken really wants it. And I think he's done with bounties. He's just like, just reach out to me. I don't think this is going to work. I don't know. I feel like if I were offered $500,000 like somebody did last week, or email Ken, I'm taking the 500,000. I don't know. It can't hurt to email Ken, I guess. But what's he going to offer if he hasn't publicized it already? And then in this video, he trashed the Jeff Wilson irrevocable bid offer, which was interesting. And Jeff posted a video a couple weeks ago, really angry, and he was walking down the street, and he was really angry at Ken Golden. I thought it was acting. It might not be. I don't know. It was just really weird. A little eBay update. Buyers now have the option to request an order cancellation using the cancel order button before the item is marked as shipped. So this is a nice update for buyers, and eBay is posing it as a good update for sellers too, where cancellation rate normally is 1%. It went from 0.9%. No, sorry. It went from 0.9% to 1.1% in the test, and a 25% improvement in buyer satisfaction, which led to a higher likelihood of repeat purchases. That all makes sense. We'll see what sellers think about this and what the impact is, but you will now be able to request an order cancellation much easier. Speaking of Jeff Wilson, I'm very often critical of Jeff, or I just find him strange and off-putting. But Sports Card Investor posted this video of him ripping a $300 box of Topps Tier 1, $300. And the values in that box came to $28. That's a 90% loss. And you get a lot of people in the hobby, a lot of people who are hobby shop owners who are saying, well, that's so negative. Nobody's ever collected for the money of it, which is not true. But When I was a kid, we were buying packs for, I'm going to say 35 cents or 50 cents or 70 cents or whatever. And people are always going to correct me no matter how close it is. It was 69 cents. Um, but we didn't collect for the money back then because it wasn't expensive. It was just like I can buy a pack at the store for 72 cents and it wasn't crazy. But now a blaster is like 40 bucks and a mega box. These are retail products are 70 or 90 or whatever they are. A hobby box is going for 600 bucks. This box went for 300 for, I don't know, 8 cards or something like that. So yeah, it has become, because of the pricing and the nature of the hobby now, it is about the money for most people. And you can't say, I'm only doing this to collect when you're only going to get 8 cards in a $300 box. That's just not true. So anyway, I thought this was good on Jeff for showing. I don't think he intended it to be, since he's sponsored by Topps, I think, and Fanatics. I don't think he intended it to be a negative for Topps Tier 1. Sure came across that way to me. All right, got to make sure I'm still okay. Good. And then this was a break video with a screenshot of Juan Soto. Shoot, I got to go back here. Juan Soto autograph on an Aaron Judge card. So we see this a lot. This is common with Topps and Panini and just stupid mistakes. I can't tell if that's an on-card auto. Sure looks like it. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is. And then Steven Benzel says, I think Topps should lean into this, turn an L into a W. The next great insert set. Obviously, the Authentics sticker would link to a Giancarlo Stanton relic. So he takes the Soto autograph, it's Judge photo, and he photoshopped Anthony Rizzo's name over Judge's, and then you put a Stanton relic in there. It's funny. I thought that was really funny. I actually believed this because I couldn't read the other one. So I was like, this can't be real. I said, you can see it down here. This can't be real. And he said, nah, he photoshopped Rizzo's name over Judge's. All right. I had never heard of this before. Obviously, I've heard of Project 2020, but apparently there were big cards autographed. Like here's a Trout autograph that was supposed to be included in these in 2020. And they've never shown up anywhere. Nobody's ever seen them. There are bounties out for them. Twins Jake says, Topps claims these cards are made, but where are they? Maybe it didn't even get made. Topps customer service says they'd be surprised if these cards weren't fulfilled, but offer no other details. So if you know anything about this, let me know. Have you ever seen any of them? Send me a link. All right, I know I show a lot of Topps and Panini errors, but this is funny. The card isn't upside down. It's just placed upside down in this one touch. It's funny. Oh yeah, so this is really interesting. I actually had this paused already. Let me find where it was. Okay, so Topps shared this. Wait until you see the damage on this bat relic. And it's a Topps card with a badly smudged ink on the bat relic. Why would Topps be advertising their bad looking card? I just thought this was funny. And as always, if you have any comments, if you have any thoughts, please share them. I'd love to hear them. I read all the comments. All right, first, Topps Chrome Steph Curry 1/1 Superfractor. It looks great. Again, this is one that would be advertised, it would be marketed. It looks really, really good. They've done a perfect job of blocking out the logo, or have they? You can actually see the very top of the Warriors logo as somebody zoomed in here with this uh, Sasquatch-like photo here, but you can see it. This right there. This another thing that a lot of people were talking about this week. On the left, Ricky Henderson PSA 10 sold for $180,000. SGC 9.5 sold for 17,400. They are virtually identical cards, virtually identical in uh, quality, in condition, and one sold for 90% less. And this is what people are citing when they say grading is a scam. This is one of the things, anyway, that people are citing. And I still don't think has to be another word for it than scam. It's if you're paying $180,000 when you can pay 17,400 for the same card. I mean, I know that this is a bad example because the investment potential on a PSA 10 Henderson rookie, but well, I've talked a lot about there's often a lot of like 5s, 6s, and 7s in vintage, and they're roughly priced the same. So I'll buy the 7, but then when you get up to the 8, the price skyrockets on an 8 because they're far more rare, and I will take the 7 any day and leave the 8 to the investors. This is crazy. This mantle, 52 Topps, beautifully centered. It's great centering on this card. BVG authentic altered. And you can see it's what I call a wallet card. Somebody probably carried it in their wallet for years and years and years. Sold for about $15,000. Pretty impressive. Here's the back of it. It's got some stains on it. 15 grand. Now a 1 or a good looking authentic usually goes for 25 to 30,000. All right. A couple 3 weeks ago, I talked about Live Auctioneers, an auction website that just will allow people to sell fake cards, counterfeit cards. And here we have a Colorado man suing over money spent on a bogus Babe Ruth ball. Here's the ball. Here's the Babe Ruth autograph. He is suing. He paid, sent a series of, let me see, what was it? I had this. Oh yeah, I spent over $22,500 on an autographed 1916 Red Sox baseball that turned out to be fake and can't get a refund. So he's suing them. This guy caught or got Shohei Ohtani's 40-40 baseball, the home run that resulted in him getting to 40-40. Just a cool story. He said there was a mosh pit of fans clawing for the baseball. His name is shoot, where was it? Buento something. Doesn't matter. Troy Buenteo. Yeah, the security guards told him to wait to get the baseball authenticated, but it was not authenticated. So they have to rely on the video of him getting it at the game. CGC cards will have a presence inside Fanatics Collect offices, offer faster card grading. Beginning in mid-September, they are establishing a full-time authentication and grading operation at Fanatics Collect's facility, offering any Fanatics Collects users who submits raw cards for grading and for sale. $9 per card is what they're charging for this. That's good for CGC. Get in there. As much as I would love to see CGC rise up, I'm still skeptical of them being able to pierce that PSA SGC market share. Beckett, man, they're plummeting. Last week, I covered a bunch of heritage auction items that were amazing. Turns out they sold $62 million worth of items, a new record for any sports memorabilia auction. 62 mil. Remember that that was the Babe Ruth called shot. That was made up 24 million of that 60. What did I say? 62 million. All right, a bunch of robberies in hobby shops in the past week or so. I just want to pause. Just why do I want to see this video? Duo steals thousands of dollars in merchandise from trading card store. Two people stuffing store items in black trash bags. Here's a photo. It's from TCG Exchange. $15,000 in merchandise. 2:30 in the morning. And then we have $42,000 from a Brentwood, Tennessee store. Suspects got away with hundreds of exclusive sports cards. I don't know why they say exclusive. And other memorabilia valued at more than $40,000. Took place before 7 p.m. 7 p.m. It's still light out before 7 p.m. And then a smash and grab at NorCal Hobby Shop. Two burglars smashed through the front door of a Northern California hobby shop early Monday morning. 3:10 in the morning. $15,000 worth of cards. There's video of them doing it. And this was Big Shep. This is his shop. Bounced back yesterday morning and are back after it. Can't hold us back. I got to make sure one more time. Okay, I think we're still going. Ohtani's trading card deal now exclusive to Topps. Topps has locked up Ohtani for exclusive cards, autographs, and relics. Now no other company can sign Ohtani or produce Ohtani cards. So, yeah, just a little bit of news. I already showed that one. Oh, yeah, so this is what I was looking for before. Auburn 35 again on that fake Babe Ruth autograph. The auction description claimed authentication had already occurred, guaranteed, yet the lawsuit mentions the ball was sent for review after the auction. Yeah. So when the auction listing says verified by leading forensic experts and an letter of authenticity will be included. Yeah. All right, we have some funny things here. This is a buyer paid for this item, Willie Mays, $12 card, $13 card. And then the buyer messaged the seller saying minimum packing requirements for shipping must be in plastic sleeve, then in a rigid top loader, that it must be put in an Ultra Pro one-touch resealable plastic bag. If you have any questions or concerns, or you cannot do items 1 through 3, please let me know. That is crazy. How dare you? The audacity to send this on a $13 card. It's crazy. What do you guys think about this? And then here's another one from Card Curiosity. The eBay buyer says, "What's your best on this? Price is firm for now. I'm the cheapest on eBay at the moment," the seller replies. "Thanks for reaching out." And then the buyer says, "It's the only one on eBay. It's not the cheapest, LOL." If I'm the seller, I'm like, "Oh, this is the only one? I'm going to increase my price then." Oh man, people. All right. Upcoming auction. 1968 Topps set, number 2 on the PSA registry. 517 cards are gem mint 10. The remaining 81 are all graded 9. 517 cards are 10s. How much is this going to sell for? I don't know. It's crazy. All right, we have talked ad nauseum on Twitter and in my newsletter, remember, junkwackszero.com, about PSA, the loophole. When you send in you could counterfeit a card, like a Frank Thomas no name on front. You can get it autographed by Frank Thomas, send it to PSA, not have them authenticate the card, but have them authenticate the autograph, encapsulate it, and make it look legit. These sell for thousands of dollars, even though it's a counterfeit card, because the PSA encapsulation makes people think it's a legit card. They are closing that loophole now. So great news from PSA. Per our new policy, we're doing an auth check and won't encapsulate custom or counterfeit cards, even if they have a real autograph. Fantastic news. I'm very quick to criticize PSA, but I also want to give them credit where credit is due. $41,000, new record for a ticket for Beatles' first American concert at the Washington Coliseum 60 years ago. This is the highest graded. There are 2 full tickets authenticated by PSA. There it is. That's neat. A little piece of history. We were able to acquire a game used jersey from Danny Jansen's historic game where he played for both teams. Danny Jansen was catching, or he was up to bat for the Blue Jays in a game against the Red Sox. If you haven't heard already, when the game was stopped and postponed, and then when they started up again a month or so later, he had been traded to the Red Sox, the team that they were playing against that day, and he was now catching against his own pinch hitter. So they've acquired a game-used base, and there's the mock-up of what the card will look like. It's neat. It's a really fun story. I always like to end these on fun things. And my newsletter, remember, junkwaxhero.com. It's free. You get all kinds of good stuff in there every week. That's all I've got. This was a long one. I don't usually go more than 25 minutes. So meaty, very meaty week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about any of these topics in comments. I really appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.